Another day, another dollar. You know how I grind. It's another episode of the Easy Corner. My guest, I think they're the best backcourt in the country. They're definitely the best backcourt in the state, but also probably with the best team in the state. Side Creeks, Rori Harmon, Side Creeks, Kyndall Hunter, man. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. First question I ask both of you guys. Obviously, we're going through this pandemic called COVID-19. How have you guys been working on your game during these quarantine hours?
You want to go first, Rory?
Okay, I'll go. Well, really, I train every day at night. So every day, going to the gym, just training. That's it. And I go lift weights maybe after school since we just started school. But I do weights and training.
And for me, I think that like with Corona, even though it's taken a lot of stuff away, it's giving me more time to actually perfect my craft and have more time to work out because you don't have to worry about doing this and that. Like I can strictly focus on getting better.
What have you guys been specifically working on during this quarantine hour? Because obviously you guys are two of probably the toughest guards, like I said, not just in the state, but I believe you guys are the toughest guards in the country. What have you guys been working on as individuals?
All right. For me, I've been working on mostly like my strength and conditioning and my defense because I think like for college, that's what I'm definitely going to need to pick up. So my defense, and then I've been trying to like perfect the pick and roll just because like once you get higher, like every level, they play the pick and roll a lot.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. Because I do the pick and roll a lot too. We work on strength basically and like working my floaters because I'm not that tall, so and I work on finishing like around the basket, mid-range, and layups. That's what we've been working on.
I want to get into AAU for a little bit. Obviously, Rory, you play for Cy-Fair Premier. Kyndall, you play for Cy-Fair Elite. Just talk about those two programs because I know like in the AAU community, if you're on one of those two programs, that means you're proven just as a player and then you can really go. So just talk about those two programs and what it has done for you guys is like catapulting to the top players in the country.
So Coach Chris, he's my coach for the Cy-Fair Premier national team. So he's helped me as far as leadership and getting me out there, like for exposure. But the leadership part is what he's really helped me with. And I appreciate him because I'm going to need that in college. Like he's preparing me for college. Everything we do is to prepare for college. So, and he got me there and I absolutely like give my credits to him.
And then for me, Cy-Fair, I've been playing with them for a while now. I actually started off at Cy-Fair when it was Cy-Fair Shock. And so just being on the EYBL, the best of the best are on the EYBL. Like a lot of players that I played against last summer are now like starting in college. So it just gives you a platform. Like most of the good players, they're on the Nike circuit. So I get to compete against them every summer. And it's just really good. And I think they're like helping develop me for college. And I can't thank like Earl enough for that.
Individually, what are you guys' individual goals? Because at the end of the day, like we're gonna get to Side Creek in a little bit, but like individually, like what do you guys really want to accomplish individually, like for this coming up season?
Well, since they canceled the Jordan Brand Classic, I want to at least have McDonald's. I'm trying to make the McDonald's game. And then, win a state championship and just be better for college, prepare as much as I can for college.
Yep, I completely agree with Kyndall because that's my goal too. Like the McDonald's All-American game is like, that's what I'm working for this year and in state.
Because I've already said it and I'm going to go out on a limb. If both of you guys do not be McDonald's All-Americans, bro, I need to call ESPN or whoever is making that because I was like, how can you get – because I just feel like they're going to look at it and when it comes down to it, we ain't trying to take two players from both schools, but you guys are both deserving of it. You guys are the top two players in the state, top two players in the state. So I'm going to be really frustrated if somebody out of Texas gets, if it's one of you guys and somebody else out of Texas, I'm just going to be looking like, yeah, the fix was in. The fix was in. I was like, that doesn't happen. Cy Creek, let's get to it. When I say the record 41-1, what really comes to your mind? What comes to you guys' mind?
Hard work every day. We were just so mentally determined to get there. Like everybody was just coming together as a team. It was never, oh, it's about me being selfish and anything. Everybody just came together as a team, and we had one goal, and that was to get there. So.
For me, it's just unbelievable. Like just hearing it is really hard to believe that we were actually 41-1. Like not many people can say that. And like I just seeing how we worked and like how Rori said, like we were mentally determined. Like it's unbelievable that we actually did it.
It was like every day. It was every day we talked about it, and it was crazy because everybody wanted it so bad. Yeah. So
we all kind of like worked together for that goal. It was pretty cool.
Obviously, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna get real, a little real now. With the one loss, how has that defined you guys' work ethic? Because at the end of the day, contrary to my belief, I know, Rory, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you guys were both in the game, I really believe we're looking at state champs. I don't care what nobody says. No, I will say that to Duncanville's face. I love Deja Kelly's game. But I really believe you guys are looking like Cy Creek are uncrowned champions. How difficult knowing that you guys accomplished a feat of 41-1, but that one loss came in the final game of the season?
You got it.
All right. Honestly, for me, like when we lost that one game, it kind of feels like when you're running out used to losing, then it's like the one game feels like you lost 5. So it's just been like, it's always nagging me, like, I got to make sure I do this because we might be in the state game again and I need to make that shot or do this. So it's just constantly like, I don't know, it just irritates you until you get there again and you change what you didn't do good the first time.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be our drive for this year. So we're going to come different this year, and it's going to be, our attitude is going to be a lot stronger, and we're really coming this year.
But
when you guys chips on our shoulder.
When you guys say you guys got a chip on your shoulder, honestly, I really believe that even though Duncanville is a program that has a lot of state championships and plethora of talent coming through there, I just really believe it just really comes down to if Rory's in that game, because at the end of the day, you said, how can you guys come different when you guys are really literally 41-1? How does the mindset and the attitude change? My whole thing is just more like, next time you guys get down there, just finish the job. I'm not even worried about the regular season. I'm really not worried about the postseason. Well, the regional finals. I want to pencil in already Cy Creek and state, and they're going to finish the job. So when you talk about your mindset is different and stuff like that, you two as the leaders, what are you guys kind of telling your team? That how does the mindset change off of 41-1?
It's a new year. We're starting from zero. It's 0-0. We have to start over, and that's completely fine because that happens. But we're starting over, and it's 0-0. We have a different mindset because it is 0-0. So.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like since we're starting over, I mean, it's even. Everybody has the goal to go 42-0. So I think that just telling each other, what we did last year, we still lost one game. So we need to come even harder to win that last one and get it done.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence.
I love it. I love the confidence, but what really just motivates you guys every day to play this game, knowing that, like I said, like you guys, I really felt like you guys left something on the table in March. Like you guys got some hardware, but that's not the hardware you guys wanted. So like, what really just motivates you guys after a tough loss like that? Like, what motivates you guys day after day to get better and make sure, like you said, Rori, to make sure the mindset changes?
Just really actually wanting to be the best, wanting to be able to say that nobody can beat us. Like, even though in my heart, I know nobody can beat us, but I just wanted to be there. So nobody can say anything, oh, this. Just
No,
really
like that, I agree with Kyndall saying. I agree.
When I look at the city of Houston, I take it back probably like to 2009 when I see like Brittany Griner, Kelsey Bone, to the Ogumake sisters, to like Brianna Turner, to Dee Dee Richards, and like this when you guys hear those names, knowing that you guys are literally the people that's holding the mantle in the city of Houston, because Houston just had it came like from a stretch that there were just great players every year, Mickey D's every year. So when you guys know that, especially you two, that you guys are really holding the mantle in Houston in your hands, how does it feel?
I feel honored, really, to have that pressure and be in that position, to know that everybody's looking at us and looking for us. So I feel honored.
How does the Cypress area always get these special talents? Because I'm just looking like, I said, okay, the Gay sisters, Dee Dee Richards, now you guys, like, what's in that Cypress water that I'm missing?
I think it's the trainers. I don't know. I think it's the trainers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's your last year playing with each other. What's the message between you guys two? Well, like, what's the conversations like between you guys? Because state freshman year, Summer Creek in the regional finals your sophomore year, the state championship, you guys didn't walk out, obviously, against Duncanville. What is the message between y'all two? Because we know as the competitors that you guys, not only in the state, but in the country, if you guys don't walk out with a state championship, this might be the biggest sports jinx in Houston in the past maybe 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, because you guys are really the ongoing favorites, because like you're coaching the team that's coming back, the team that's been together. So like, what's the conversation between you two specifically?
I mean, that's the conversation. That's what we say to each other. Exactly what you said. That's the conversation.
Yeah. I think we're both just like willing to do whatever it takes, like whatever. Like we know that.
Finish out strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
What is Coach saying to you two, specifically you two? Because at the end of the day, Coach is like she's one of the best coaches in the state. You know, I don't think she really gets the credit that she deserves. But like at the end of the day, like for her to come in and year out, win the district, go to state, like what is she saying to you guys? And for you two, what would it mean to win a state championship for
her? Well, I want to have a little comment on that. So, like with having good guards, our coach kind of goes unnoticed because me and Roy are such good guards. They think that we do it on our own, but our coach definitely helps us, even like outside of basketball, relationship-wise, like having someone to talk to, supporting us no matter what. Yep. And I really do think she needs to get some more credit. But really, she just wants us to get done too.
I got you.
Yeah, she really helps us, like, the mental part of the game. Because that's the most important part. It's not even the physicality and nothing. It's really the mentality of the game. Mm-hmm. And she really has, like, she's gotten to my head that it's mental. And so I give Coach A like all of the credit.
For sure.
Talk about girls basketball in the place that is going towards? Like, as in, like, I think year in and year out, the talent is getting much better. Other than dunks, like, you guys are just as fundamental as guys that you guys get it. You guys run your sets and stuff like that. So just talk about the vision for girls basketball in your eyes and how it's going and how it's really elevating. I mean,
I believe a lot of outsiders, I guess, or people who watch basketball, I believe they underestimate and they say, I hear a lot, especially with the WNBA, they talk about how, what is this? This isn't even basketball. And I feel like that is fueling us.
Yeah.
That's fueling us. Like, we're coming, and we want to be on that level with the boys, of course. Like, where everybody's like, oh, look at this, look at that. But those comments are fueling us.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like, the girls' game has come a long way from where it was, like, back in the day. And, like, players like me and Rory and Dee Dee and the Goonke sisters, the names you named, they're changing the game for us, and they're making our way. So just making sure that we support the game. When a game's on, we make sure we're watching, buying merchandise.
And setting good models for the younger kids wanting to fulfill this.
What's the connection between you guys on the court? Because obviously, Rory, you're the engine that makes the point guard go, but then you got the best bucket, the 2,000-point scorer, the buck. Like so. What's like how easy it is playing? How easy is it playing with each other?
I don't know. It just always seems like we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even really have to say much, but we know. Like, I'll be running down the court and there's the ball. Like, yeah. Sometimes I don't even think Rory looks. Like, I don't even think. It's kind of like she just knows. It works
we started off with the freshman year. It was good. Of course, it needed a little bit more work, but now it's like, I just know. We work on.
How long have y'all been playing with each other?
This we are 4th year.
So you said freshman year because I'm saying that you're saying that freshman year you needed a little work, but needed a little work. People, they went to state their freshman year. She's saying that we needed a little work, but you guys walked to high school and said we 2 freshmen, get out the way. Like we knew we were
going to progress over time, like, and just be. We didn't even know what state was our freshman year. Remember?
We didn't know what playoffs. We didn't know how it worked. We were like, well,
we were like, what's after districts?
Didn't know.
We did not know.
But we've definitely got better playing together every year. So I'm super excited to see what we're gonna put in our bag this year.
Yeah.
I want to know. Give me the story when you guys walked in, and as freshmen, how did the seniors like recept to you guys coming, knowing that you guys are big freshmen on the block? How did the seniors buy in? Like, you guys are the real deal? Because I want to tell you a story that Mr. L.J. Cryer told me when he walked in his freshman year at Morton Ranch. He basically just told me, he was like, bro, they were like 7-20 the year before. I didn't want that on my team. So me and Wesley and some other kid, we just beat them in open gym, and they had to know, like, hey, I'm here now. So tell me you guys' story walking in as freshmen, and seniors and juniors and sophomores are buying in to you two.
You want to go?
I got it. All right. So honestly, I think that Coach A, like, her being the coach she didn't have any divide on the team. So it was kind of like we walked in and we were all equal. There was no fighting or anything. I think that they were actually happy because I think they already knew, like, what great players we were.
Remember, she took the team and they would come watch me and Kyndall play middle school against each other. Mm-hmm. And so I'm pretty sure they had any idea of what they were going to be receiving, and just them knowing, like, if this is going to be help, then let's just work together.
Yeah, that's another thing. Girls don't really, we don't beef like that. We just trying to get the job done. It was nothing like that.
No, it was nothing.
got the best of each other in the middle school games?
Oh, well, Campbell Middle School had to put something on Wild, but it's okay.
Okay, whoa. I wouldn't say okay, they won. You know,
yeah, we won, yeah.
Who did you guys guard each other all the time?
Yes, of course.
So when did you guys figure out that you guys were going to the same high school?
Probably 8th grade.
Yeah. Because I thought Rori was going to go to, what school, Cy Ridge? Because her school is kind of split.
Yeah. It was either Cy Ridge or one of those. But yeah, I figured out in 8th grade.
So when you guys knew that you guys were going, because this is my soul, y'all really, really didn't play with each other really until 9th grade.
No, we didn't.
So when you guys figured out that you guys were going to the same school, was it just more like, all right, I know that she can hoop, but was it more like you say, girls don't beat? Was it like an introduction? Hey, I'm Rori, I'm Kyndall. You guys already knew each other in 8th grade. Was it ever like
we had an idea of each other. We didn't know each other like that, but we had an idea. But me knowing that Kyndall was gonna go to Creek with me was like a good feeling. It was not like competition. It was like, okay, this is our time. Like, of course we didn't know about state, but we got there knowing we were gonna be there together.
No, because to me it's just a coincidence. It's just more like you guys like you said, you guys just played together your freshman year. All of a sudden you guys are winning 29 to 30 games and head to San Antonio for state as freshmen, knowing the year before you guys were just trying to battle for district.
I know.
And I'm like, well, I guess that's what happens when you put great players together. I mean, it clicked.
It's just having an open mind too.
Did it help that you're a 2 and she's a 1, or have you always been combo?
Well, actually, I've been the point guard when I first started playing basketball.
Okay.
And so when I got to high school, I had just started playing the 2, being a combo. But it kind of helped me grow as a player, making me more versatile. Because in AAU, I go back to the 1. So it just kind of depends. But definitely having her and seeing some of the things that she does, it kind of helps me add stuff to my game.
Yeah, Kyndall helps me as a point guard at Creek for sure. But being in high school and playing with Kyndall did teach me that being with another good guard can get you places if you work together. And so, of course, I'm always going to thank you, Kyndall.
Sorry, don't do that. Don't get all sad, but thank you. We're not done. You talking like we're done.
But it's just we've just been going together for so long. It's our last year, so. But it's been really easy between us. We've developed more of a friendship outside of basketball, and it just helps us on the court. So that's really good.
For sure. Yeah.
Rori, obviously, you're going to University of Texas. Kyndall, you got your choices. We don't know yet. We don't know. But Rori, I just want to ask you this question: why University of Texas?
I want to say first the coaching staff.
Coach Schaefer.
Yes, all of them. They were recruiting me at Mississippi State too, but they're just. I know I'm gonna fit well with how they run things and how everything goes. And they're gonna take care of me for sure. And the education part, I'm on education. I want to do sports medicine for my major, so that really was set. And then of course it's maybe 2.5 hours from my house, so it just helps with my family so they can watch me. So it was just a good spot for me.
Kyndall, obviously, we know the top 10. We know that everybody is coming at you. We know probably you might have more years of Rori, but we don't know. We don't know. I'm not gonna speculate. I'm not gonna speculate. I'm not gonna put it out there. But my question is to you is, when it comes that time to make that decision, what are you actually looking for in college and college coaches and location or anything? What are you looking for when it is time to make that decision?
Like Rori said, the fit, the style of play, making sure that they play the way I like to play, and of course, who's going to develop me to be a pro, because that's what I want to do. I want to play in the WNBA. So just making sure that I have all those, and also a good education to fall back on. And those are like my main things.
I even tell this. I want you guys to actually describe when you guys say really style of play, because not just for the younger viewers, not the even younger females, but also for the younger males, because I see a lot of guys that, you know, they might just go for the name and it doesn't work out, but girls can do that too. They can go for the name. Oh, it's Texas. Oh, it's UConn. Oh, it's Tennessee. Like, oh, it's that. So, but just go into depth on how important style of play is.
The coach, oh,
Go ahead.
okay. The coaching staff, like Coach Schaefer and Coach Lovato, Coach Johnny, all of them, they explained to me that me being a scoring point guard, I'm going to have the ball in my hands a lot to make good plays for my teammates. And they're going to run like screens for me so I could score for myself, or of course, dish to the post or drive a kick to the wing. So they said they were going to make sure they have a team to surround me and be ready for those passes and everything. So that's the style. I think it's not gonna be too much, but just simple running plays and good stuff like that.
And for me, style of play, I need a coach that trusts me. Like, you know, have you ever saw a point guard or like a shooting guard play, and every time they bring the ball up, they have to look at the coach?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have a coach. Well, I have to have a coach that trusts me. And to, you know, because sometimes I do some stuff and I've been coaches are probably like, what the heck? But it works out. So just making sure that I have a little bit of freedom. And then I like to play a fast up tempo. So I don't want to have to slow the ball down every play. And just making sure that I have good players around me also.
Since you two are kind of like the queen of the crop in the city, and I'm kind of new to the girls' basketball scene, give me some names in this city that I should really just, well, not just me, but the viewers, if you love basketball, should be looking out for. Give me any girl in this city that you could think of. Give me the school and stuff like that we should be looking out for, because at the end of the day, I already know it starts with y'all too. I don't gotta look that far. What I said, if I want to interview some girls, I go to the big dogs. So tell me some girls, and it doesn't even matter the classification. It could be younger. It could be the same class. Give me some girls that have been getting unnoticed in this city.
Good.
You want me to go? Okay. Yeah. Well, Armani Taylor at Shadow Creek, she's definitely one to watch out. She's 2022, and they just got moved up to 6A, so they're definitely someone to watch.
Y'all playing them in December 31st? I think y'all playing them in December.
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah, because one of my players played for Shadow Creek. So really? I said, I will be that's the game that I penciled in. I said, hey, man, I'm not going anywhere that day. I'm driving from Missouri City to Cypress to see that game. So go ahead.
I have this. She's a 2023. Her name's Kiki. I'm not sure of her last name, but she played with Cypher Premier. But she's long, and I say watch out for her. I'm not. I gotta think of what school she goes to. But if you maybe type in Kiki 2023, you may find her. I'm pretty sure.
If I type in Kiki 2023.
Yeah, I mean I feel like she's a little underrated.
Okay.
And that she needs a little bit more exposure, but she's you watch out for her because she blocks about every shot. And
what circuit is Cypher Premier?
We're ASGR.
Okay. Because I was trying to look. I was like, are they Adidas? Are they Under Armour? Because I know Cypher Elite, obviously that was the EYBL team, but I said I didn't know what circuit Cypher and Premier was. But I noticed you guys named the younger ones, but so who are people in your class that deserve
class?
Because no, but I said anybody, not just the younger one. I just said anybody. I'm just like, oh, so I guess it's just you two at the top standing alone. I get it. I get it.
I say Jada Malone. She plays at the Village High School. She's 2021. She's committed to A&M.
Okay.
But
I think I saw her. I think she was like 91 on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then for me, Grace Alvarez, she goes to the Heights. She's one of the best shooters I've actually played against.
Yeah, she's a really good shooter.
Oh, I like it. I like it because, like, you know, like, I usually look at the rankings list because, like, Jim Hicks got the Houston one for the boys. But I just want to know, I don't know if I can find that list for Houston for the girls, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, I already know, like, y'all probably wanted to, whoever flip-flop wanted to, but, like, so that's what I've been really, really trying to look for. So that's what I'm trying to get more and more into the girls basketball scene because, like I already told them, I said, I actually rather coach girls than boys. I said, girls, they going to look at you and just be like, hey, coach, I don't got to give 40. Just give me a good 6 points. And if we win, we good. But if they give 40 and they lose, they're going to look at me like, coach, I don't care about the 40. We lost. so that's the one good thing about girls.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do a top 5. So I want you guys to name me top 5 players. Well, you can do WNBA or NBA. So you can do top 5 players. Your top 5 players in the league right now, your top 5 favorites, and your top 5 of all time.
Oh, gosh. All right, Rory, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. Me personally, I like Kyrie.
Me too. I like him too.
Because he's just so shifty, and he can shoot. He just amazes me with his handling and everything.
I like the use of his left hand. I like his left hand floater.
Yeah, I think he's fundamentally sound. Like, I love watching him play. Just see, like, I can get my moves from him. But I would say that from the NBA side. Kyndall?
All right. Let me think. All right, so I'm going to do current. Asia Wilson.
Okay.
Chelsea Gray.
Okay.
Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, Skylar.
Carter.
Yep.
I think I want to put Tia Cooper.
Is this your favorites, or this the top 5 in the league? Like top 5.
My favorites.
Okay. Who is your top 5 like best players in the league right now?
Oh, let me see. Asia Wilson, Kennedy Carter, Chelsea Gray, and then for the NBA, let me see. I like Kyrie like a lot. I always watch him. And then like me, I don't like LeBron, but you got LeBron. He's just so good. Like you like his game, but yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, he's
there.
Yeah, I like LeBron.
Is there a top 5? So like, is this like LeBron 1, Kyrie 2, or like who's the top 5 players in the league? Give me the top 5 players in the league. Top 5 players in the NBA right now.
James Harden has to be in the list. Like, I know he doesn't like playing defense as much, but
his scoring.
But he actually played good defense in the bubble.
He did. He did.
He played good defense in the bubble.
And it helps. It really does help. Yep.
Let me see. James Harden. I feel like you got to put Chris Paul because his decisions, like Chris Paul, if you really watch him, he makes all
Giannis.
Decisions. Luke, the dude from the Mavericks, Luke, yes, bro, he been doing some stuff.
Okay, yes, I've watched him.
Doing some stuff.
I feel like every time the ball is in his hand and he creates a play, it works. They score.
No. And then Damian Lillard, he was coming. Oh, he came different. He was going hard.
I love it. One of the questions I've been mostly asking some of these athletes, obviously not just the pandemic of COVID-19, but the social justice issues that's going on. Like, as in, we know from the George Floyds, but also Breonna Taylor and a plethora of more. You two, as young African-American athletes, you guys seeing what the WNBA is doing, like staying after for the anthem, representing Breonna Taylor on their jerseys and even on their shoes. When you guys see athletes representing social justice like that, what does that do for you guys?
Me personally, it makes me proud because they're showing that we're more than just basketball. Because, there's been people to say, shut up and dribble, or you're just playing basketball, do what you paid to do. And it just shows that we're not backing down from this, because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And just knowing that we're actually taking a stand, it really makes me proud.
Yep, it is a lot more than basketball.
And my last question, how has basketball shaped you as the women you guys are today?
It has helped me. It has helped me become a better leader for sure, and being able to help people, not just myself, but help myself first, but be able to help other people, and knowing that there are other people watching me, younger kids watching me, and that just makes me want to be a better person outside the court.
Yeah, like my dad, he always says that basketball builds character. Because honestly, when you think about basketball, like when you think back in a game, it's like basketball is teaching you life lessons and you don't even notice it. Like if you think of like one of your hardest games, like going against one of the best players you ever played against, like that's adversity and you're gonna go through that in life. And I mean, basketball has just helped me grow, like in so many different ways, like so many.
Yeah, Coach A, our high school coach, she emphasizes that adversity is going to show you who you really are. And in a game, like in off the court. And she will say that almost every game, any hard game or whatever it is. But she always says adversity is going to show your true character. And she's right.
It does, for sure. For sure.
Any messages you want to deliver to the viewers or anything, go ahead and speak on it if that's what you guys want to.
Hook 'em.
I'm just gonna say stay tuned. Commitment is coming soon, and watch out for Side Creek this year.
Yeah, watch out for Side Creek this year. Okay, I can say that again.
It's not even about watching out for Side Creek. But yeah, you know my motto: get it done, get it done, get it done. So go ahead, throw out all your social medias. We talking about the Instagrams, the Twitters. Shout out to my boy Dylan Miles for reminding me about TikTok. So go ahead. So throw out all your social medias. Oh, and even if you want to throw out your Snap, is there too.
Okay.
All right. So Instagram is my name, Kyndall Hunter, with a Y, not an E. And then my Twitter is Kynskills, KYNSKILLZ. And then my TikTok, those are embarrassing. I don't want nobody seeing that.
All
right. What do I have? I have Instagram. It's just my name, Rori Harmon. And I'm pretty sure Twitter's just my name, maybe some extra letters at the end of it. I forgot. And I'm not.
Hey, listen, I don't blame you. I don't even do it either. I said, just keep it Twitter in the ground.
Yep.
We're good. Just keep it to it. Like that Snap and TikTok be getting too crazy. I don't want to say it like that. I get it.
But if y'all see me on your For You page for TikTok, y'all gotta like my videos. Best dancer on TikTok.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all coming on the show. I am the Easy Corner. Follow me on Easy Corner on Instagram, the Easy Corner, and Twitter, Easy_Corner1. I'm here with the best backcourt in the country. Side Creek guards, class of 2021, Rori Harmon and Kyndall Hunter. And the message is really like this: they better get the job done. Side Creek, I will be there when you guys play Shadow Creek, but I'll also be at more games. I'm trying to make sure that, I always do the interviews at the end. So you guys just get the job done. Have a great season, and I really believe that you guys are, like you guys said, like it's a new year 0-0, but I already know the whole state of Texas is coming after you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for having all that confidence in us. I really appreciate it.
I know he's for having the most blunt interviewers ever. He's not playing. He's not going.
I listen. I appreciate that. I listen. I try. I want to be that dude that interviews all the athletes. So I just try to make it as fun as possible and as real as possible. Because I've watched some of your interviews, and I'll be looking at the interviewers. I'll be like, okay, they're good. but let me just be better. So that's it. So
Easy corners on the come up.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so I'm trying, but I appreciate you guys being my first girl basketball player. Because I said I'm gonna interview some girls. I'm going after the biggest dogs. So so that's it though. So I really
thank you
for having us.
Yeah, so I appreciate what you guys do, and I appreciate what you guys really do for girls basketball. But there's one thing I want you guys to just tell me really off the record. Really, can you guys really just deliver a message right now to the Houston Hustlers? Because I really think that I'm trying to reach them, but they about to make me go. They about to take it there with me. So like honest, so I think coming from two of the best players in the state, just go out there, just give a message to these young ladies because they need to hear it.
All right. So I got a story for y'all. When I first started playing basketball in the 6th grade, most good basketball players, they start 2nd grade, 3rd grade. I started playing in the 6th grade. And when I tell y'all, I could not make a left-hand layup. I couldn't make it. Like, I don't know. I just couldn't get it down. And my dad used to tell me, like, you got it. I used to be so mad. I used to cry. I could not, I'm telling you, I used to cry. But I just stuck with it. Like, that's really the name of the game: resilience, persistence, and just making sure that you're dedicated. Like, you got to have your all in it. You got to put your heart in it. Because if you don't, you're not going to get the results you want. And you might not get them immediately, but just stay with it.
I would say listen to your coach because he wants the best for you, and he's not going to tell you anything that's going to harm you. And just give positive energy and good energy within the team. And that's all I have to say.
And attitude will take you a long way.